Hello, hello, everyone. It is Thursday, and it is your favorite girls from the Wine and Chocolate Show. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
I am Kiki, the Countess of Cabernet, and you are watching Just the Sip, where we come and give you a little taste throughout the week before we give you the big gulp on Sunday, but not this coming Sunday. You want to know why? Because we going to the Bahamas. Because we going out the country. Check the hair. Check the hair.
Yes, yes.
This vacation hair. Yeah, this honey.
Vacation braids, yes, yes.
The Nazi lock. I wanted the Nazi. I didn't want it all silky. I wanted to look
Yeah.
as naturally roughed up as possible. But I learned I need to give me some boho spray, boho spray to
Yeah.
keep looking, vibrant. But,
Yes.
but yeah, 6:30 a.m. I'm getting this done. Ain't been to sleep all my fucking day. Okay, but
Beauty is pain.
that still doesn't stop us.
Yes.
We're gonna come and give you guys what you come looking for. Thank you very, very, very much to all of the viewers. Our numbers have been doing so well. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, guys. We really do appreciate you coming to watch us run our mouth because, quite frankly, there's a lot of yappers on this here YouTube. And like Jay-Z said, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we thank you.
We sure do. We sure do. So, one of the first things that we could get into, I think, is kind of old news, but at the end of the day, hey, still Black History Month and they're still showing out. So, why not talk about the BAFTA situation? We all, I feel, at this point, have seen the clip of the man. You haven't seen it?
I've actively avoided it. Because I think I don't remember whatever the last like the Obama picture, right? These
Yeah.
are things I need to see. Like
Yeah.
I don't need to be assaulted. And because
Yeah.
honestly, what happened, like we were visually assaulted, they were and honestly we were verbally assaulted, and it's like we've already talked about this, but this is the first time we're publicly talking about it, but the accommodations, I understand that there was a public notice made, whatever, but still, for that particular type of illness, you understand that it's going to be offensive to a lot of people. So just why would you want to run the risk? And not even if they said the N-word, because apparently the host got called the F word, which is the gay slur, but they cut that out. They cut out Free Palestine. They cut that out somehow, and they had a 2-hour delay and a public service announcement, and still.
I like what Amanda Seales said, even though it's not realistic for us to not go into these spaces, she was like, let the white people do what they want to do. Like, stop showing up to these, award shows. And it's just like, I mean, I kind of feel her. Like, why do we show up to these award shows? I mean, we want the validation, we want the recognition, we want the extra check, but it's like to what degree? You know what I'm saying? At what's the cost? I guess of the cooning. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know we want to be inclusive and we want to, be accepted. Again, we want our stories out there. It's
Yeah.
almost like we're damned if we do, damned if we don't type of thing. But I just was like, for me, for us to just continuously be disrespected, on purpose, not on purpose, mental illness, no mental illness, and for us to just still walk around with our couth to just be shout out to Michael B. Jordan and that man, I forget his name, but when I tell you, complete professional, nobody got up and was like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, like somebody should have done. Well, not even should have done, because whatever. Like I said, they handled it properly, like we always do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I just love how
We would end up looking bad at that event. Like, which is so,
which is crazy.
what the fuck is that? It's so backwards. It's
It's
so,
so backwards.
we always have to um stand encouraged in the face of this shit that always like just seems to conveniently happen. There always seems to be an excuse for why and da da da. And let's just get to it because the elephant in the room is why he said it. The reason why he said it is because the man has Tourette's. He has a special form of Tourette's called coprasia. I believe is how you say it. I'm probably not saying it
Yeah.
right. But that specific type of Tourette's makes you involuntarily say offensive things. Not just weird shit, just actual, like, boldly offensive things. And my whole point is, I can understand that because we already had a conversation about neurologically. Okay, fine. I can see how that could trigger you to say things that you don't necessarily mean or believe. Whereas with someone who may have dementia and they're racist, it's like, no, they already believed those things, but because their mental reality is deteriorating, they are saying the quiet parts out loud, or they're being even more vicious. Because if it's not being racist, then they're just saying terrible things or being abusive. Like, I always talk about, sometimes they are physically abusive as well too, because their reality has been deteriorated in such a form where it's like a psychosis, right? So I can see somebody saying, no, you racist, even though you got your dementia, da 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 da, where you can't really place that here. But what gives the blacks pause is the lack of apology and accountability. If you truly did not feel that way, you did not clean it up in such a way that made anybody fucking believe it. You didn't. And then come to find out, I believe the story is he apologized to him directly, but if he didn't apologize to him directly, then he actually, I think the Warner Brothers studio, whoever is over them, he apologized to the studio to apologize to them. So you still didn't even directly apologize to these men. On top of the BAFTAs, and this is British, we're US folks. We don't know how it goes down, but our British cousins are telling us that they're known to be dismissive and racist. I want to say either last year or the year before, there were no nominees of color in the fucking BAFTAs. Like they known to do shit like that, right? So that's my whole thing. Yes, you have an illness, and yes, it is debilitating, and it makes you say that type of shit. However, if you truly didn't mean it, that apology should have been direct, loud, and sincere. And it was none of those
Okay, what y'all gonna do when we decide to just be like, you know what? Nah, never mind. We don't need to go to BAFTA, CAFTA, LAFTA. Like we good. Um. So for our next one, 50 Cent is still going on to do what he is doing. And honestly, I'm just tired because I'm like, I don't know if are you all like, are you getting something out of this? Like, what? Again, you bringing people in it that didn't have nothing to do with it, and now stuff getting brought up from your past that I'm sure you don't want out.
things.
'Cause everybody got something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Some sort of crazy skeletons in the closet. So
And I
why
know
not?
that'd be the like when he made that fucking Diddy documentary. I knew I didn't want to watch the shit. There was no point in me watching because also I'm an older millennial. I knew all that shit already. There was no new information in there for me for real. Anything I didn't know actually ended up coming out during the trial. So there was no new information at all.
Yeah.
On top of the nigga who was over it or under it, I guess in this case. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a man who could have his own fucking documentary put out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are trying to take this fake ass noble stance of, oh, I'm just trying to expose what goes on. Like, no, bitch, you're gonna end up exposing yourself, just like Drake with this fucking lawsuit. You're running after Kendrick, talking about bots, and he hurt my feelings, and everybody believes I have sex with children. And that court promptly said, nigga, that didn't happen. And you're overreacting. Get this shit out of here. And he's like, no, we're going to
Yep.
reintroduce it. But here's the thing, you have been exposed since you put out that fucking lawsuit. You, 21, Snackademics, Faden Ross, all you motherfuckers are on notice. All you niggas is on a docket right now for botting and stealing and money laundering and weird cases. Okay? So
Yeah.
let's be fucking clear. I got off track. What the fuck we talking about? Oh yeah, 50 Cent fucking ass. So yeah, I never cared to watch that fucking documentary because he's a piece of shit. I'm saying it again. You always hear me. He's firmly on the list of just niggas. I'm ashamed. Ashamed.
Yeah.
Ashamed. But there's a silver lining in all of this. Because every dog has its day.
It's true.
And I believe he went to a kennel in Atlanta
Yeah.
and got a pit bull that won't motherfucking heal. Because so Sunday when we were together, that was the third, mind you, the third motherfucking diss track he had already released at that point. Sunday, this nigga released another diss track today, and you know what I'm also excited about, or I'm happy to see is my hip hop channel people are on 50 Cent's ass. I don't see anybody taking 50 Cent's side, and I'm fucking elated because you could do that mean shit with everybody else, but when you when you break it down, yes, you may have more money than Ti, but Ti is not a broke bitch. Ti has more hit records than you. Ti have been more culturally relevant for longer than you.
He has internal wealth because and peace and happiness because he has family and friends and loved ones that care and
Yes.
want to see that he's okay.
And you know what? It might be some bitter bitch vibes going on. Like, if I can't be happy, then nobody can be happy. Misery loves company.
Or
Sad
he
bitch.
just I'm sure that he just thinks that because he has more money that he's probably more he's happier than them and he's not.
No, we know you're not because your precious baby mama was out there getting pissed on. So we know your money's not saving you from it. And that's why you really did the documentary, nigga. You mad that he actually vested you. He got you in a way that you could never get that nigga. Because 50 Cent was never going to pull Kim. 50 Cent was never going to pull Cassie. 50 Cent was never going to pull none of these nameless faceless girls. But I can pull your bitch, though. And I can make her slut for me. And I can make her waller in my yellow pee. And you just mad about it. But like I said, the silver lining with all of this is the children have entered the chat. Now we already know.
As they should.
We already know King Day One's on
King
business.
said,
Talk about my
now
mom.
you want to talk about mothers.
Okay. He said, "Dig your mama up, bitch." He said, well, you out here lying on your damn mama. Like, what? So, and you know, 50 Cent, he retreated. He had to go think about this shit because this has never happened to 50 Cent before. He had to go regroup.
Yeah.
Okay. He
Yeah.
called him albino. Nigga, people call me albino all the time. What the fuck that mean? Dead mama ass bitch. Like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want to me. I can just keep talking about your dead ass mama. Like I could say she's down there on a spit, just turning. I could just keep saying whatever the fuck I want about your dead ass
Yikes.
because
Yikes.
these kids don't care, bro. They don't care. And this is a person I'm starting to say that he deserves this. You deserve what is going on. And you're gonna fail in such a fashion because T.I. is also not a man who can be threatened. Because you think you the only person that got pull and connection. Let's be real. He had been running around these music pop circles way before you, nigga. He was getting to that before you. He's not no. This ain't no punk bitch shit. But yeah, the king came with the chat. King said what he said, girl. So today, before the show, I'm scrolling and I see King. He put out a song now. And King is smoking a blunt with 50 Cent's mother on his t-shirt, and as he's smoking, he puts the blunt to his t-shirt so his mama can hit it too. hmm and then he just proceeds to call him a bag of bitches and punk pussy ass, a bunch of things, right? Him and all 48
Bitches in
of
the
his
pits of
million
hell.
people just going in on this nigga, right? So then I keep scrolling, and then I see that he's still dragging the song, but now he's doing push-ups, which it's a correlation. Pipe down,
Yeah.
pipsqueak. So it happens. So it happens. So he's doing push-ups, and he's smoking his blunt. I mean, he's actually like he's hitting Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar
No,
push-ups, smoking. This nigga's this little nigga's dangerous. I'm sorry, I don't think you understand. So he had enough breath
little
to
soldier.
and hit L's. Fuck out of here. So then J. Cole Jr. comes from the back, the money, and he starts doing
J. Cole
he got
Jr.
push-ups with him. Now he got a little stick. He walk around with his little stick. He's doing that. That's a J. Cole baby. Anywho,
It is.
then, speaking of J. Cole, I scroll down further. There's a picture of a burning house. So let's back up here. So the burning house is significant because 50 Cent's mother was murdered by arson by being set on fire in a burning house, allegedly by street folks that she got tangled up with, right?
Wow.
Only for 50 Cent years later tries to do, well, allegedly,
Allegedly.
a baby mama alleges that he did the same shit to her and her son. They were both in the house when it got
And she said he ain't even called to check on him. That was like,
because he was upset that it didn't work.
right.
He wasn't trying to get
Obviously. Yeah.
yeah, he
I'm
was
just,
upset.
but
So there's the context for the burning house. And so the song is called Sorry Miss Jackson. And he uses the sample. It's
my
a good
mind.
sample. Like I like
Yeah.
the way they did it. It's kind of like a distorted voice, it's like echoey in the background, like Sorry Miss Jackson. It's just like it sounds sad. Sounds like Meet the Grams a
I was
bit.
gonna say, it
It's
sounds
giving
like,
it's giving a little graham cracker.
yeah.
Meet the graham crackers.
Yes.
It's like on the side. However, so he's going in, but he doesn't cuss. He's like literally like just I'm disappointed in you. I'm sure your mother is somewhere just beside herself that she raised a turtle face bitch ass nigga like you to do the he didn't say that, these are my words.
My
But
mind.
that was the gist. But
My
let's
mind.
here. We get to the end. He goes on this run where he just keeps calling this nigga a firebug. Firebug. Why you something da 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 firebug da 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 firebug. Tell me why you something da 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 firebug. I mean, he did like 8 rounds, 8 rounds of firebug on it. I was just like, and I love all this. You know what I'm saying? Don't let Zonique dust off one of them rainbow bright rings, my nigga. She listen. This is
Listen, the
giving
little baby gonna be singing this song here in a second. The little baby she gonna be,
Eris.
yeah. No, and Mama can sing. Okay,
Eris, nigga. Eris.
don't
Nah.
play around.
But it's giving King Cook. Okay, from my old video gamers out there who played the Super Mario Brothers. You remember when King Koopa, and that was the one where you had to get to all his kids to get to King Koopa. I
Uh,
This is what the fuck is going on. It's like T.I., he gonna do what he do, but it's like, hey, Pop, step back. Man, watch that. What
yeah,
y'all say? Man, watch that.
yeah.
Hey, watch that. If it ain't
Like
about
this is
that,
my mama, nigga.
we we finna step. And that's the thing. T.I. got a lot of kids. A lot of kids. And then like probably neighborhood kids, like niece, nephew.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the thing with these New York niggas. When you fucking with niggas from the South, you're not fucking with one person.
yeah,
You're fucking with that person's entire family. I think the West Coast is kind of like that too. You're
yeah.
fucking with the person's entire family. The Midwest, the East Coast, you can mind on we mind. We don't. Very rarely do we be jumping off the porch out. You really have to do something for just for us all to come for the Midwest. We don't really roll like that. But the West Coast and the South, they roll like that. And you
Yeah.
can't be coming, and that's why a lot of these New York niggas, I said last time we on the show, New York niggas disrespecting the South gets them killed every time. And it's gonna get this nigga killed on the mic. Then get killed. But yes, thank you, Damani. Thank you, King, which again, shocked. Shocked we are here. But thank you, Damani. Thank you, King. Thank you for any of the other Harrises that want to put on they boots and get the big stepping. I'm here for it. And I'm petty like that. It ain't gonna get old to me. You can keep dragging that nigga. Do another song. Shit, I don't give a fuck.
And it's crazy that just they not letting up. I love it. Nobody is. Soon as 50 posts something, bow bow. They own it. They like, no, come on. We actually been waiting for this day. We've been waiting on someone to try us. We've been waiting, to actually family jump somebody. Like we've been waiting. We've been having two of our young brothers cook in the kitchen with their rap skills. We've been training them since they were knee high for situations like this for a nigga to say try to step and yeah. No, they've been waiting for this day.
These niggas are wishing on a million kids.
Yeah.
Okay. And they want you to come blow them out. They
Yeah.
wishing because it reminds me of JID or Jid, however you want to say it. But he has a song like that on his album where he and his whole family got to a fight and they jumped everybody in the motherfucking club. Like it's a great song. So it basically starts out like they're going out to celebrate like one of their siblings, like I think getting into like collegiate basketball and stuff like that. So they just out there trying to celebrate, have a good time. And then one of the sisters in the bathroom has a confrontation with another girl and bitch this, bitch that. And then they start fighting and then the fight spills out into the club and then everybody's like, wow. And he said, man, it was so beautiful. Me and my family really just whooping. And that's what 50 Cent is about to walk in. That's what I said. These southern niggas do not play that
They're
shit.
ready.
They are ready. They are
Yeah. Yeah.
gleefully, okay?
Ready to rise.
I love it. Keep dragging that nigga because I ain't tired. I,
Lastly, we have Freeman. Oh no. We have another thing. Actually, Michael Eric Dyson. Let's do that one. What's this about?
you know, this battle was 2 fucking years ago.
This is insane. This is honestly insane.
2 years ago.
Like, bruh.
A very decided victory happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's irritating to me to have to keep coming here to talk to y'all on this show about bitch ass niggas that get out of their body, get out of their skin
Get out of your
about
mind.
Kendrick fucking Lamar. For those who don't know, Eric Michael Dyson is a scholar who also has deep hip hop knowledge. In this area, he didn't demonstrate any, which is troubling, but that's how we came to know him, right? He came up on the BET and the MSNBC and the CNNs and all that stuff, and being on these roundtables and duking it out with these white conservatives and dropping lyrics of classic songs and all this stuff, right? So we took him as, oh, this guy, he gets it. He knows, he represents us well, right? So he's having an interview. Let's back up. The person that's interviewing him is like a retired comedian that really don't nobody know like that. I only know him like that because I like pop culture. Okay, and I've been watching Saturday Night Live and all that type of shit since I've been knee high to. So I know who this man is, but in the general, don't nobody know who this man is, especially not to be having no motherfucking show. On top of who this man is, why are you talking to Eric Michael Dyson? What
Oh.
conversation could you and Jay Moore possibly fucking have? Like To me, that's as bad as like, well, that would make sense if he's talking to Bill Maher because at least Bill Maher is somewhat into politics. No, he's into politics even though he's on the wrong side of politics. But going to fucking Jay Moore, so let's just start there on its face. What the fuck is this interview even about? Why are these two people even in the room talking to each other? That's number
Yeah.
one. So number two, somehow I don't want to say the battle itself got brought up, but there was a subject about something that made him bring it up to like use that as an example, right?
Okay.
And so he starts to say that when Not Like Us came out, that song was to de-blackify Drake and to take away his Negro-ness, to diminish the fact that he has a Black American father. Now, this part I actually did not know. I did not know this part. So I know he got a Black American father. We all know Dennis Graham. But I did not know that his grandmother used to babysit Aretha Franklin. And I also did not know that his uncle is fucking Larry Graham. Now, again, Larry Graham, for those who don't know, is a funk soul pioneer from the 70s. He was originally the bassist for Sly and the Family Stone before he ended up making Larry Graham and Grand Central Station. There you go. So, I mean, his story, right? So yeah, but he frames it as you can't disqualify his blackness because of those things. And you can't call him a colonizer because of it. And you can't take away, because his whole thing is like black is black. And it's like, yes and no. It
No.
depends on what the fuck we're talking about.
No, not all skin folk is our kin folk. We know that.
Yeah, it's like, what
You not finna trick nobody with that. Cause it's a black man that killed Malcolm X. It's a black man that killed Martin Luther King. Well, I don't know if it was Martin Luther King,
that was a white
but
man.
yeah, well,
But you're right about.
well, I know some black people set him up.
Well, I mean, you could just go look at the Black Panthers. I mean, that's enough, you know. So we get that, but it's very disingenuous to frame that as the argument or why Kendrick said those things that he said.
Yeah, hell no.
It's not that he was disqualifying his blackness; it's because this nigga was never comfortable in his blackness,
Right,
and,
and
and
he set
also
himself up.
cosplayed blackness. He has tape on himself from like what before he got into the industry when he was still using his white Canadian voice and talking to his real white Canadian friends about the N word and he doesn't like it and it's ghetto and he used to say nigger. That's why he said I hate the way you say nigger because it was just never natural for you. You just have to.
How you gonna get mad at Kendrick for pointing stuff out that he did? I mean, these are things that you gave Kendrick. You gave Kendrick this stuff. Kendrick didn't create these things. He did that himself.
He even in the diss say, tell him how I like to talk to little girls. Like this nigga was giving and stuff. And then
Yeah,
in part 6, he want to claim that we fed you the information. Girl, girl,
yeah,
girl, stop. So to see this man who is otherwise intelligent, okay?
yeah.
I mean, he's been a professor for decades.
Right.
This is at Ivy League schools, mind you, and we'll get to that here shit in a second. So Ivy League schools and all this shit, mind you, and you're really gonna sit up here and use your fucking degree and sit up here and you lie to my face and you sit up here and act like Kendrick is a bad guy and a mean person because he told that nigga that we see you. We can see you. You're like the emperor with the clothes on, no clothes on. Like you are out here thinking, you're butt ass naked. You are exposed, and you have seen what has happened to that man systematically after this battle. And it's not just Kendrick. It's not just Kendrick. It was the people around him. They had 2 albums said that we don't trust you. Okay? Like, we're not gonna act like Kendrick just said, you know what, guys, let's all hate this nigga. Like, no, his hatred is deserved. Okay? It's deserved. Do not sit up here and play games because you and I'm just gonna say it, I feel like there's some light skin solidarity bullshit here going on because this nigga said that if Tupac If Tupac would have lived, he would have been more like Drake and J. Cole and not like Kendrick. Tupac is what like Kendrick embodies the early Tupac, but if he would have lived more evolved, he would have been Kendrick. I mean, he would have been J. Cole and fucking Drake. And I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? Not even being for real. You're not even being for fucking real. Like,
No.
an affinity for this nigga, and it is not making you see clearly. It's like
Yes.
are just denying reality, or if he's not denying reality, he's trying to remake it. He's trying to
Yes.
rebuild what the fuck happened. Like that ain't what the fuck happened, bro. We were all
Yes.
literally millions of us were on pins and needles for months while these niggas was going back and forth. We remember that ain't what the fuck happened. Okay, so then let the YouTubers tell it. They also believe that he has an affinity for Drake because he too has weird cases.
Because he has weird what?
Cases.
Oh.
So they pulled up the rap sheet on EMD. That's what we're gonna call him. Pulled up on EMD, right? And so, like I said, how he rose to prominence is sitting on these panels, CNN, MSNBC, and the like, right? Speaking for us and trying to, not no, don't downgrade black people in the conversation, yada yada yada, right? So, come to find out, he's on one of these panels with Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace is currently in the fucking White House administration.
Okay.
Okay. But this is before she got in there. This is
Okay.
back then, right? So they had like a really heated back and forth and discourse on their episode they were on, and like people were like, oh, they got everybody up for right? Only for Nancy Mace to expose the text messages this nigga was sending her.
Ooh.
The text messages were along the line of basically like, yeah, you and me, like we're both fiery. I really loved our exchange. Like, we should like not hook up sometime, but like we should explore it further or whatever type shit, right? And then sending her winky kissy emojis saying that he thinks she's beautiful and stuff like that. So then he tries to clean it up, talking about I hate when men try to be like, oh, you just don't know how to talk to women anymore these days. Like you just don't know what to say. You just can't say anything. Like that was his motherfucking excuse. Like you weren't openly sexually harassing this lady and making unwanted advances. No, you're saying like, no, I was just having a friendly conversation. And she took it that way. I guess a man can't pay a woman a compliment anymore. Like that's what the fuck you really be doing. That's how they really be. It's like, huh, well, gee, I just think she had a nice rack. I don't know why she'd be upset about that. I was just being a nice guy. I was just complimenting her beauty. Like, I just say dumb shit. So then that happened, right? So, like I said, he's been a professor at these Ivy League schools, right? He done had a few female
Oh,
students
hell.
allege that
Uh-uh.
and stuff. He was like basically if you want to succeed here, it's a quid pro quo type shit,
Uh-uh.
back I scratch yours type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like this
Uh-uh.
happened with that coach. You know what I'm saying? They get into these positions and they get around these women who they always, well, I'm gonna say in Eric Michael Dice's case, always want to, pander to the black community, specifically pander to black women, because unfortunately we are an easy target because we still do believe in you motherfuckers and we want to give you the benefit of the doubt. It's not because we're stupid, it's because we stupidly still believe in you. Don't get that fucked up, and you losing that as we speak. So anyway, so you talk this shit about white supremacy. You talk this shit about the white man. You talk this shit about the system and all this shit, and but you be ready to put your whole Negro nose up that cocaine mountain of a white woman. And I don't understand. what the fuck is, I don't know what drug white women have for you. I don't know what pheromones these bitches be giving off. I don't know. I don't truly know. And this is not for, mindfully interracially dating people. It's not who the fuck I'm talking. I'm talking specifically if it ain't snowing, I ain't going ass niggas. These niggas. Yeah, I'm talking about the niggas that stay black and fuck white. These are the niggas I'm talking about. I'm talking about you niggas and some of you raccoonets. Because let's not forget, y'all be out here too, Candace. So y'all be out here just tap dancing in private, Shannon Sharp, for these white folk and just be doing the most and be wanting to just be depraved along with them, Diddy. And y'all don't think about y'all don't think about the afterage. But when it's time to present, oh, put a fist up, vote or die. Oh, you ain't black if you ain't Democrat. Like, it's all this silly ass shit when we get outside. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, girl. So this man, you are not the one. You're not the one. Whatever credentials you had, whatever faith and belief we had, and whatever the fuck you had to talk about is done so. So one last thing on that, it ties into something else I seen. I don't know if we talked about it. I think maybe you talked to me. You talked about. I don't know if we talked on the show, but you know, again, there's this overwhelming love of white supremacy that they get through loving white women that is so prevalent in entertainment and in sports. So they're overseas, we call it soccer, but overseas they call it football. Over there's a footballer. I don't know this man's name because it's very African. I cannot pronounce it. But he had an incident recently on the field with racism. Because for those who don't know, over there overseas, football is very, very racist. They make monkey sounds, they hoot and chant, they throw bananas, they be wearing not swastika, they be like whatever racist symbols they be having on, say they throw trash at them, they get fines and get more, penalties, all sorts of racist shit, right? And whatever the incident was, this man went to the press conference, rightfully so, because he was aggressed and assaulted and demoralized and all sorts of things. So you're gonna feel that type of way. And so yeah, he got up there, he was very upset and he started, crying and tearing up and stuff and talking about, what gotta stop the racism and all this stuff. Only to fast forward and then see his mate was a blonde haired, white, blue eyed woman. And so someone made a comment, they took that and they made the comment and they were like, what the, like, we don't, it's getting to a point we don't give a fuck what happens to you at this point because, like, you can't, in good consciousness, say, oh my God, racism is so bad, and then go fuck the system. That ain't how that works. And a lot of you don't go find these actual well-intentioned, well-informed, well-educated white women. No, baby, no, because she's gonna remind you too much like that black woman that you don't want to talk to because it's just a woman making sense to you at the end of the day, and that's just the shit you don't want to hear. It don't matter if she's white or black or Mexican or polka dot or what the fuck ever. If she talking sense and holding you accountable, you don't want to hear that shit. That's the mythology of white women that don't let you do anything. That's what the fuck you go over there. So anyway, you sit up here and you date white women who you either don't check their history on how they feel on racial shit, you don't check how their family feels about shit, or you don't care. I feel it's more the latter than the former. I feel a lot of you just don't care. You don't care. You're willing to put up with things because of whatever the fuck it is that y'all doing. But then you want to sit up here and run and cry to us, namely again, black women, about oh the big bad system and oh they cheat tricked me and this and that. Nah, bro. When you run out there in them shark infested waters with prime rib draws on, I can't help you.
I think
I,
it's honestly it's a similar thing to the BAFTA situation because it's just like whatever fake accreditation or again validation or views or money or deals or whatever that you get because you're a part of this club, because you were let in the club, because you're inside this organization, you've been accepted or whatever, you're still gonna get treated poorly and then turn around and be like, they treated me poorly. It's like, we have got to understand that if you go over there, you go over there at your own risk. And don't complain about it, because at the end of the day, we know what's tea. Like, it's not to be sitting up here and again and just continuing to act surprised at things that have been going on at this point forever. Like, I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy. We've got to start doing stuff different if we want to see different things. Like, we have got to start truly building and investing and hyping up our own shit.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing about the verses too. Like, I understand Ti wants to do the verses, but like the atmosphere for verses, like that shit honestly has coming on. I know they've been trying to revive it here with the past few things, but like it's not the viral sensation that it once was. So I will say for T.I.'s sake, I do in that general sense stop pushing for that. I think he's done with that, however, but I wouldn't bring that up anymore. At this point, if he's just gonna keep talking about this nigga, then just keep talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But 50 Cent already said that he's not gonna rap. And I'm like, okay. And again, that's why I'm glad that the hip hop community is like, no, nigga, you don't want no me. Go rap because we know you can't no more. Go rap so this shit can finally be over. And he knows that. That's why he don't want back it up. Let's also back this shit up. The narrative. We already talked about it. I'm gonna bring it up again because now the conversation is getting real motherfucking egregious. Okay? People are really being disrespectful to T.I. because this nigga got one album. Get Rich or Die Trying. Motherfuckers is saying that because of that one album, he will win alone over T.I. People are really
That
being
sounds crazy as hell.
very fucking
That sounds
disrespectful.
crazy as hell.
Real disrespectful
Yeah, please.
to
Motivation.
I know
You better
social
get on your job. Tell them get on your job, nigga. It's motivation. Suck, get on your job. Yeah,
media. I'm a king. Okay, stop it. Let's stop it. So yeah,
I like my beat
that
down.
was
I'm
about
sorry.
the black and the white shit. It's like, yeah, when we do get our own, then don't sell it to them. If you must sell it to them, then you have to make sure you have some sort of equitable stake in it. You may not own it anymore, but you need to be like a good portion of the shareholders or some shit. But they still gotta run this shit by you. Which brings me to Tyler Perry. Um, for those on the internet who watched all 4 hours of that Tyler Perry, it was not a takedown. That is not the word I want to use because he did not take him down. But like it was just a video essay about Tyler Perry and his
Inappropriate?
no, not even that, but like what he really hasn't given back anything.
Okay.
And and I like the way that this guy framed it because it's long video, but I like the way he framed it. It's just like when you think of Black Hollywood is a tree. There's the roots, and then there's the branches, and then there's the leaves, right?
Yeah.
If Tyler Perry is presenting himself as the root, as the trunk, he has no branches and he has no leaves. Whereas you can look at Issa Rae, she's the trunk. She has branches, she has leaves. You look at Mara Brock Akil, creative girlfriend in the game. She has a trunk. She has she has the branches. She got leaves. That's how we got Lena Waithe. You know what I'm saying? Debbie Allen. That's how we got all these lovable black people that we come to cherish through, oh my god, a different world and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But there's Robert Townsend. Oh my god, I was so excited when you used Robert Townsend as an example because Robert Townsend, who ipso facto got us the Wayans family, okay? Ipso facto, they were writing for Eddie Murphy, and this is doing Raw and fucking Delirious. It's like peak
Peak
featherweight
Eddie. Yeah.
motherfucking Murphy, okay? All right. So you have to understand something. When you are really about that life, you have to spread it. You have to be you have to be magnanimous. You don't have
Yeah.
not to just show it off. You know, you have all these you have this studio prop, da da da. But like, where's your A24? You know what I'm saying? Where's your art house, studio art house for like the people that ain't got the budget? You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a self-made billionaire man, and that is amazing. But you're hoarding the wealth, essentially. And
Yeah.
you can give out charity in the form of crumbs, but you don't want to unionize your workers. And you want to write and produce and direct everything. You don't want to let anybody else come in. Again, that was my issue with J. Cole. At some point, you got to let other motherfuckers who know what they doing come in. And maybe an ego thing. Maybe you don't want to be exposed for, maybe I don't know enough, but then you have to have enough fucking humility. Remember, you were sleeping in your car? Wasn't that fucking humiliating? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have to get enough humility to be like, you know what? This person might be where I was when I started. This person might be sleeping in a fucking car.
Passing
And
the
I remember
torch.
I wanted
Yeah.
somebody to take a chance with me. I remember I wanted somebody to look at me and be like, you know what, let me help you embrace you. He don't do that. He gets by paying Taraji more money than she's ever made for any other role, which she do deserve. He made sure
And
Cicely
that's
Tyson,
and that's notable. I mean, that's good that he's there
but
for
these
that.
people were already somebody.
Yeah.
Because I mean, no shade, but what Lance Gross's career look like?
And why you ain't do that for Monique?
On top of being scandalous. That's what I'm saying. Like, want to be around the elites and shit, which is what led him to do that shit that he did to Monique, because he was ascending. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he just wanted to be in the good graces. So, in my opinion, it might have just been some old catty schoolgirl shit. Like, well, you know what? Oh, you're like, well, I remember one time. Yeah, yeah. And it just kind of started to like conspire. Again, that's alleged. That's just me ballpark what happened.
Yeah.
But all that is to say, to go back to your overarching point about ownership, about not having to beg folks, but also on the flip side, when you get the shit, you need to do right by the
Yeah.
shit.
The people.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you are no better than the
Yeah.
white people who were asking or demanding things from. Because last little side note, we had a little diaspora solidarity, unfortunately, because of the BAFTA thing. Because now, this is me, my personal thought. Black Americans are the beacon of Black freedom globally. I fully, wholeheartedly believe that. Because as much as diaspora war should be going on, they be talking this shit, they know about us stuff. They know Black Americans don't take that. They know who are
Yeah.
you talking to? Like, the fact that they had to be stoic and keep their peace is because they were at a fucking function.
Yeah.
Keep that shit outside to a black, no, we don't do that. So we have a little solidarity because the black Brits are like, ooh, y'all done fucked up. Now y'all know we don't really say nothing. We just be quiet with the radio. We just let it, fuck y'all, whatever. But the black nah, they eat y'all asses up. We gonna let them. So I just thought that was kind of
Yeah.
that
It was a
was
good coming together moment.
just too silver lining for this
Yeah.
bullshit. Yeah, because everybody know, everybody around the globe models their freedom after us.
Yeah.
The civil rights movement and after abolition and all that shit was so grand. It was so the only ones that rival us is Haiti. That's it. And Haiti's still paying for that shit. I would say that's the only leg up we had over Haiti is because we are here. They couldn't punish us on our own land. We was here and we made them bitches pay for it and still make them pay for it every single time. We don't give a fuck. Bitch was that little joke. Say it again. Say it to my face. You know what I'm saying? We were playing with these motherfuckers, but
Yeah.
I just believe in the diaspora. They just keep it quiet and they feel it's better to not rock the boat. And we like, fuck that. We've
Yeah.
been rocking the boat since we've been on it and got off it.
Think on my nickname,
What?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, what about Michael Jackson? Oh, my phone is cracked, so I can't believe it.
It's okay. Anyway,
How the light skin friend look
look
like,
like Michael Jackson.
light skin friend look like Tito Jackson. So yeah. Well,
So,
oh, what was the
oh,
last one?
so Menon from Cat's Eye, I love how they said that she's on an indefinite temporary. What the fuck? How you on an indefinite
Because
temporary?
they're lying.
Right.
They're either going to continue on without her, they're going to replace her with another Asian girl. That's
Yeah,
my theory about what's going on right
I'm
now.
sure.
So, do you know anything about Cat's Eye? Do you want to like expound on it?
Honestly, I saw that there's just like this cute new little girl group, and they got she's not even really chocolate to me. She's more like a butter pecan.
She looked biracial.
Yeah, I'm just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? They doing my girl kind of scandalous. But from what I heard was that she's just had some health issues and that she was injured a few times, and so she wasn't able to make a few appearances. And so that was apparently a thing,
Mm-hmm.
along with her doing side projects outside of the group. I think a movie was one of them, and I think another music video was another one. But anyway, there's been, I guess, a lot of issue about the situation because of the fact that there's another girl in the group who has faced similar things, and they've been able to accommodate her for the appearances and things like that. And that's when my spidey senses went up, because I was like, oh, so it's not that, because at the end of the day, this is a dog eat dog world, girl. Like, you got to show up, you got to be at the appearances, you got to do things because somebody's ready to take your spot. But if they willing to make accommodations and do things for the other children who are having issues or injuries or sicknesses, why we got to do Manon like that? And so I just thought it was interesting that a bunch of young black women who were part of girl groups like Normani, and I want to say Chloe Bailey also followed her. Some other chicks followed her because
Mm-hmm.
they're just
Yeah,
kind of like they're seeing
yeah, yeah.
the pattern of the industry and how the young black women are the darker of the scale, which is, I don't even like calling her dark because it's like, bitch, it's literally like,
Which is insane because the dark skinned girl is actually fucking Southeast Asian. The actual melanated, darkly melanated girl
it's
is
insane.
American. So,
It's just
well,
sad.
I don't know much about Cat's Eye because I personally do not like K-pop, and that I don't want to get on my soapbox about that because we'll be here for another hour. But I don't like K-pop for my black ass reasons, whatever,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I didn't know anything about Cat's Eye. So I seen their Gap commercial, cute, liked it. So they had a little deal with Pandora with the charms, the bracelets. Okay,
Yeah,
bitch.
it's giving the new age Ice Spice or Spice Girls.
Yes. Thank you. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm
Bless
so
you.
glad you said, thank you. I'm so glad you said that because like I was just about to say, like, being a old school pop girly, we haven't been marketed to. We
Yeah.
haven't had girl group market like in the like Pandora and yeah. Nah, these are big things. We haven't had a girl group or any group, the boy group either, any group be marketed to us like this in a way to where it's so reminiscent. And so it's like, it might not be my cup of tea,
Right.
but I'm glad that it's happening because
For the young ones.
when I remember just being geeked out about my favorite girl and listening to all the songs and just thinking everybody was so
Seeing
cool and
her part and
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Exactly. Do choreography, looking
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you know, so I'm glad that they're getting this. And it's funny because again, I didn't know anything about Cat's Eye. I didn't know how they were formed. So come to find out they were basic, it was like a camp.
Yeah.
They
It was like a one of them making the band type
yeah.
things.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. So to me, that sets the scene, right?
Yeah.
Because it started there
Yeah.
because if they're already starting off on a reality TV basis with you on some less audition shit, plus we already know that when you're black, you got to be 50 times better or whatever. But according to my man Zach Campbell on his YouTube channel, she was actually sought after. She didn't really have to audition like that. They wanted her, the people wanted her in the group. which I'm not gonna stay here too long, but it's telling that again, why I don't like K-pop is because of the blatant theft of Black American pop culture, right? They know that we are the blueprint, and I think because this is a group they begrudgingly or felt that they had to put a Black girl in there because
Without her, she will not be accepted, or the group will not be accepted.
exactly. Oh, because they're really trying to cross over to America. The fact that all the girls aren't Asian, is like two or three Asian girls. The Southeast Asian girl who's dark. I think the other girl's like probably Hispanic or Latino, and then there's no. So they didn't want it to be a straight K-pop group. They just wanted it to be in the K-pop vein, but not all
Yeah,
everybody Korean,
yeah,
right?
right.
So come to find out, I'm like, oh, okay, okay. So then it makes me think like you you already don't care enough for her because you already knew what type of environment you were putting her in there just so that the group would look good. So you never really had a real like I don't say need, but like I think in my mind, again, allegedly, she was the best Black one there. If we're gonna put a Black one, she's the best one we got, right? We seen her, we scouted her, we want her. We see the other ones, not we
Yeah,
want her also because she's fair, and we already got a dark skinned girl, so we can get us a biracial, because I don't know what mixture she is, but I don't I think she's from Sweden. She's from Europe, so she's not even like Black American. There's like nothing in Black American. She's like some sort of African and some sort of European mixture, right? So, with all that being said, we go to what you're talking about, how exceptions were being made for other girls, but it wasn't being made for her. And then when I watched Zach's reaction to it, he was showing some clips from them, the tryouts and everything, and like how some girls would like give her dirty looks or like you know not want to be in a group with her or not. I don't think none of the main girls in the group now, but like other girls where they were doing it, I believe was going on. And I mean, of course, killing it, doing it great. And while she was having those complications, she made it known. She made it known to the people and she made it known to the group. She's like, hey guys, if I'm not pulling my weight, I'm not doing what I need to do. I want you guys to tell me this, that, and the other. Come to find out, she was the ringleader making them bitches practice even more. He's like, yeah, so after we're done, man on set, we need to practice some more. So we locked ourselves in the studio for like 2 extra hours and like we just really got to it. And they were like, yeah, man, on like she was whipping us into shape. So it's like this mean Black woman narrative, this lazy Black narrative, when it's just you're just mad because she keeps rising above it. You keep saying she's not. She's doing it. Like I like seeing clips of them on stage. Yeah. The fuck? She's fucking getting it, right? And then they show their videos and their choreography. She's in the back. And there's always a girl in front of her. So you can't even like really see her unless she drops down and it's the girl she dropped down and the girl goes right back up in front of her. It's like they've been playing in her fucking face since she's been in the group. So they were using this again, like that Tourette shit. They use these things as convenient excuses to be blatantly racist
yeah.
and gaslight a motherfucker into thinking like, your career is over, and you weren't really that great anyway. You weren't really working that hard, and you're a diversity hire. Motherfuckers are really you know, but it's the same old story like you mentioned with, 3LW and fucking he mentioned a bunch of
Fifth Harmony.
yeah, Fifth Harmony, Little Mix, like, Spice Girls to a degree,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like if you talk to every Black girl who is in a mixed race group, even if you talk to some of these dudes, it's rare, but you talk to like dudes that go out in their friend group. They're like the one Black guy in their friend group, or like the one Latino dude in their friend group, whatever. And you see all your white friends are talking to all these white women. These women don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And they don't talk to you because you're Black. and I'm gonna take your life, right? Like it just be like, you understand that. That shit has happened. Like that shit be going on. When you put yourself, like you said about the awards, you're putting yourself in a position to be assaulted verbally, physically, maybe. You know what I'm saying? When you put your like going out in the wilderness, I would never go camping with white people alone. Never. I would never go anywhere in the wilderness with white people alone. Not ever. It always has to be people around and lights on. And I gotta be able to get the fuck on. Not ever. Cause you don't fucking know. Some people, like unfortunately, my mom's old time boyfriend, his sister was murdered by a white man who she thought was her friend. Like, yeah, somehow he needed help with something, and she went over there to help him with something, and he bludgeoned her to death.
Oh my.
It's like you can't just because you listen to the rap and you know how to do your little TikTok dance and you voted for Obama and I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Yeah.
None of that will ever make me comfortable. I don't give a fuck you got Tourette's. That shit will never make me feel comfortable. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck if you got black friends. I don't give a fuck about any of those things because none of that guarantees my safety. And don't none of that guarantee that you are a well-adjusted person.
Fair
So
enough.
justice for Manon, justice for all of the black girls. And somebody controversially brought up the black girls in the black group too. And you know what group they brought up? And I don't want to bring that group up, but folks was talking about that. And I was like, I do remember that to a degree. I'm not gonna lie. And even they still be playing in her face now, always asking her about her all the time, and I don't like that shit. Um, but that's a whole different story, okay? However, yeah, man. Well, we did it. We were stretching. I know I did a lot of talking.
I mean, hey, with the slow news week, we did our due diligence.
We did. We always tried to give you at least one chunk of an hour to
Yeah, yeah,
listen.
because I even went back to just see if maybe there was something. There isn't anything, and I really didn't even want to talk about this, but I do want to say because I am a watcher of the Real Housewives of basically all of the
Franchise.
franchises. Yeah, but Salt Lake City, rest in peace to Mary's son. Oh gosh, what is his name? Let me get his name. His name is shoot. Where did
Michael,
he go? Is it Michael?
I think Michael.
Uh, Hold on, let me just, because it's right here. Of course, now that I want it, it's just like, I should have just had it up. But anyways, here it is. Okay, yes, Robert.
Rob,
Robert. Rest in peace to Robert, who overdosed. And he was, fighting addiction and things like that. And so I do want to say my condolences there because that was an awful thing. I mean, to see that on TV, see his struggle, her effort in trying to help him, it just breaks your heart as to watch another mother lose her kid to something that awful. So rest in peace to him. Everybody, please be safe out there. Please go seek some help. We're all under attack. We're all, what I'm saying? It's easy to want to escape this hell.
yes. And then also I read, and please look it up because I didn't get all the information, but R.I.P. Christy Yamaguchi? What? So Christy Yamaguchi, for those who don't know, one of our great beloved American figure no, was it she was a skater, right? Figure skating heroes that we had, Christy Yamaguchi. She's a
Says she's
old
still alive.
does it?
Yeah,
Keep
she's
looking
a
at
she's a finger skater. Finger
it.
skater.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Says she's still alive.
So somebody lied? Oh my god.
Girl, people be lying, and that's what's sad. It's ridiculous. Like y'all ain't got nothing better to do. Jesus Christ,
And
they did me like that with who was it, child? It was doggone it. I forgot. Oh, it was Mel Gibson. It was Mel, I think.
Girl, you remember how many times they killed John Witherspoon before he actually died?
Girl,
God,
and
he got
Morgan Freeman, he get one every other year too, child.
it was like that's fucked up to say because it's like
It
you,
is.
people are like, well, we know you old, so you know.
But you just hurry up and run and be like, rest in peace, and it's like, girl, I'm not dead.
They put that shit on me. Don't be counting chickens, bitch.
Right.
Mm-mm. No.
Well,
Well, okay. SRIP. Okay, not
yeah,
mine.
let's move away from that.
Take that back.
Well,
L.
you
Okay.
Kiki. Okay, I'm kidding. We ended it now. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God, like she said, you guys have been wonderful with the subscribing and the liking and showing up to our sip sessions and everything like that. It's been amazing. We will be going live. I will have some roaming abilities when we get on land. So we'll be able to go live a little bit about possibly while we are in the Bahamas. So you guys stay tuned for that. And meanwhile, we out of this bitch. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
I'm Kiki, the Countess of Cabernet.
And
And
this
we'll
was just the
sip you
sip.
later. Peace out.